Alright, hello everyone, it's Team Rocket Plays here with another episode on our Let's Play Minecraft Together Season 2 series on my channel. And on the last episode, guys, if you guys didn't check it out, we ended up working on this right here. So we added this hill, we added this one right here, and yeah, we still got a little bit more to work on, but overall, guys, everything is looking actually pretty cool. So some of the changes since the last episode was, one, I added some vanilla tweaks from Suma's page. For example, if we come over here and we look at the bees, hopefully we're gonna be able to see them. Let me see their actual faces. We have a Beeralis's face on them, so it's actually pretty funny. This is one of the ones I just had to add, right? It's actually pretty funny because it has Coralis a bee face, which is actually pretty funny. Another one was, I believe, the bushes on the leaves. They have a little bit more extra foliage on them, which I really like. So that's actually really cool. That's one of those things that's probably the main thing. I'm glad that I checked it out because I've always used it, guys, in the past, but for some reason for this season I didn't really mess with it. And so I went and I checked it out just to see what they had. And yeah, that they have a lot more, or he has a lot more stuff to add. So I was actually pretty happy about it. Another thing was obviously adding like stuff to the dirt, so different dirts, different stone, even though I think it's called variants, but I'm not good with that, guys, because that's not a word in my vocabulary. But yeah, so it's like variant stone, variant dirt, variant grass, I believe. And it's a subtle change, guys, but it's there. You know what I mean? It does make a big difference. So it's actually, yeah, you gotta love those Beeralis beasts. But yeah, so I added a bunch of stuff. I think the glass as well, it's more like transparent, although I don't know if I really like just a bunch of little dots up there. But that's actually cool. Yeah, so I added a few changes. Another thing was that we ended up updating to 1.16.3, which unfortunately, guys, it means that we're not going to be able to use the replay mod for a little bit until they update that. So I don't know how long it's going to be where we're going to be able to do that. So that's one of those things that I wanted to mention. And oh, there we go. So I'm sorry about that, guys. It's just that when I go through the portal, sometimes it takes a little bit to render. And yeah, that's one of those things that happens. I thought that was a creeper. But yeah, let's head out to the shop, guys, because I did make a couple changes. All right, so here we are, guys. One of the things that I added was this right here. So we got the 1 diamond per slot. I don't know if I mentioned this in an episode already, and if I did, I'm sorry. I've been playing a lot of Minecraft without recording, but I added this right here, guys. So it's just a bunch of the items that I've been getting with some of the villagers. So for example, the lanterns, the cobwebs, not the cobwebs, obviously, the bottle of enchanting, bookshelves, glass, and then as well as some golden carrots, nether quartz. So it's kind of like the diamond, 1 diamond per slot. And then up here I'm selling shulkers full of goodies, guys. So we actually already sold 2 of them. I forgot what they were. I had a few glass, to be honest, and a gravel. So I think the ones that ended up selling were glass. So we're selling them for 10 diamonds. I would sell them a lot cheaper, guys, but the actual shulkers they're a little bit on the expensive side. I think Mikey over here is the only one that's selling them for a diamond each. 1 diamond, yeah, a diamond each, and he's almost sold down. Probably gonna have to buy the rest of those. Yeah, so that's kind of why I'm including the extra diamond in there for that, for the shulker. So we actually made a lot already, a lot of diamonds, guys. I just want to show you guys what we have so far. We got over 2 stacks already, guys. 2 stacks and 24. The thing is that I ran out of ancient debris. I only have 5 left, and thankfully they haven't sold, just because I want to keep stock, guys. I want people knowing that I'm stocked, but the thing is that it takes a long time to actually gather the items, and I think every day people just come over here and they buy. So every day, guys, like IRL, they for sure they're gonna sell out. So I always have to go mining for them, and I always take at least a couple days a week to go mining for at least a stack and a half to 2 stacks. But as you guys notice, yeah, they don't last a week or nothing like that. So I'm probably gonna have to either do that tomorrow or one of these days when I have some time. Because today, guys, we actually want to work on the area on the hill. So I actually want to come up with the building and just basically finish that off because it's gonna be actually really cool looking. And one of the things that I wanted to buy, and the thing is, I probably don't have any diamonds on me anymore. So I am gonna use some of these guys because at first I was gonna save them, but now that I think about it, guys, that's a lot of diamonds, and why am I gonna save them for? Like, there's nothing for me to save just to show off. I don't know, like it doesn't really make sense to me. So it's a matter of just giving it back to the actual area, right back to the shop. So I'm just gonna use some of these diamonds and give them back. One of the things that I wanted to buy, guys, was some concrete. I believe this is concrete, right? Yeah, this is concrete. So it's a unwoven rainbows concrete shop, and it seems like there's nothing up here. It's probably just storage. And yeah, so I wanted to pick some up for our actual building. So what I wanted to get was white, and they do have white. Let me just get a couple of these, and then we're gonna need 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. We're just gonna go with 7 of them. And how much are they? Oh, 4 diamonds a stack. Oh no, that's a lot of diamonds. Ooh, I don't know, guys. That's a lot of diamonds. So they were gonna be a diamond a stack. I might have to hold off on that. Yeah, guys, I think it's a little too expensive for me right now. So I'm just gonna make it myself. So like I said, I needed some white. Am I gonna have some dye? And there we go, guys. We ended up getting 6 7 8 stacks, which is actually pretty good. Now I need to go and convert those into actual concrete, but something that I forgot from the shopping center is to buy some wood. All right, so I'm here, guys, at Spy's shop, and we're gonna see if we're gonna be able to buy some. So this is what I want right here: some acacia, 1 diamond for 2 stacks, which is actually pretty good. So we're just gonna go ahead and buy 2 stacks, or 2 diamonds worth for 4 stacks, and I think that's actually gonna be perfect. And something that I wanted to check out was this, guys. I wanted to buy some dark prismarine for the roof. It's something that I just want to check out. I don't know if that's one of the things that I want to do, but I want to give it a try to see how it is. And it seems like we could pay whatever we want in the counter. Where do we pay? Okay, payment over here. So I need some dark prismarines, but it seems I don't know what's a good price for it, guys. So I need at least 1 2 3 4 5. Let's just go with 6 stacks, and then we'll say that each stack is 2 diamonds. So I'm just gonna go with 12 diamonds to Spangaboo. I think that's a little fair. I don't know how much. Yeah, I think that's a little bit fair. So I also went back and I bought some spruce wood, even though I think I have some already, but just in case. And I think that's it, because I needed the acacia, I needed the white concrete, I needed the dark prismarine for the roof. It was just one of those things that I wanted to check out. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it like that. And I think that's basically it, guys. I think I have everything I need to start off with. And don't get me wrong, guys, I would have bought the actual white concrete. The thing is that it's actually, I need a lot. If I needed a couple stacks, I would have bought them. But since I kind of need a lot of it, guys, I don't think it's worth it for me to spend that much diamonds. But if I ever need concrete, I would buy some if it wasn't like if I needed a couple stacks. But when I need this much, I think it's just better off for me just to do this myself. So don't get me wrong, guys. All right, so here we go. I added the building, and this is just the base of what I want to do. Base of how I want it. In other words, it's kind of like what I was mentioning with this. I need something to start off with, and it's kind of one of those like Japanese, or I'm just gonna say Asian style buildings, guys. I'm not familiar with it. It's just, yeah. So I apologize if I say something wrong. So I have this right here, guys, and I don't want it too big because something that I realized that usually in Minecraft I try to build big so I could have room in the inside of the building. I always try to do more and then it just looks out of place, and it's more about just looking at Minecraft like in real life, meaning block from block. So for example, let's say that we're 2 blocks high, right, or like around 2 blocks high, so that would mean that's around 5 feet. We'll just go with that, 5 feet. And then we obviously don't know, we don't need a huge house. If you would see a huge house proportion wise in Minecraft, I mean in real life, everything would look really odd, and I think that's a lot of mistakes that a lot of people do is they do that. And I realized that B double O whip, there's like a lot of really good builders that they they don't make their buildings big, they make them really small where it just looks realistic. They're able to add like little things here and there, and it's like small and it just makes sense, right? And that's one of those things I guess I wanted to work with. So I started off the building right here, guys, and I think it's a decent size. It's a little bit bigger than I really wanted, but I really need the space in the inside to do what I want to do. I think it's gonna be enough. We're only gonna use we might use the second floor right there because it might be enough space for us, but or maybe not. It depends. We don't know. I still don't know. We might use that space or we might not, but I kind of wanted just to use this building for a specific reason, because this is not going to be our base. This is not going to be our storage room. This is nothing related to our base. So one of the things that I wanted to do that I always say in every season of Minecraft that I play, is I want to collect all the heads. So we do have I forgot what the model was called, where mobs drop their head, and I want to collect them all, guys. I want to make it a thing where we do this, and it's gonna be like part of the series where we go and at least once every episode, we're gonna go and try to attempt to gather one of the heads. And yeah, so I wanted to do that, and I wanted this building for that. But like I said, if I wanted to do more than one layer or more than one story, obviously I would have to make the building a little bit bigger. But I didn't want to make it too big where it would stand out too much here in the actual little hill. So I also decided obviously to terraform. Like I said, it's just a base. I still don't know what I'm gonna keep and what I'm gonna change. And then right here I want to add a tree, and the tree, like I said before, I'm not gonna add it too big. Normally I probably would do a little bit bigger than the actual building, but we're not doing that because like I said, I want to change it up and I want to make it more realistic. So having this building being a little bit on the bigger side, right, I want to do this tree, and I wanted to do around 10 blocks high, and obviously it's going to be a custom tree, something that I'm going to practice on as well. And yeah, so I think it's gonna look good. And then yeah, as we go up here, the path, I'm just gonna use yeah, this right here to do a path, a nice looking path. Gonna go up here, and then I'm gonna force people, like they're not, I'm gonna add like bushes, shrubbery, just small details, right, in this area, that way it looks a little bit better like an actual area. And then I'm gonna make it so you could go up here, and then it's gonna have a little railway, that way you're not able to actually go outside of it. You're gonna have to like either come to the back or something like that. This is gonna be more of like the backyard. I don't know if I want to add another tree here, because I don't know if that's gonna take away from that one or what I want to do. I might actually add one right here, and then I might add one, a smaller one, like around here. Actually, I think that'd be nice. Yeah, have like a total of 3 trees. This one being the smallest, that one being the biggest, and then yeah, like a medium-sized tree right here. I think it looked pretty good. Yeah, so I also want to add like some sort of pond. And I don't know if I want to do it like here. I think this is like a good area for it, like a nice little pond. And I want this to be like an area where you overlook into the actual waterfall. I think that it looked really cool. So I want to start the building, and the reason that I ended up buying all this right here, the dark prismarine, was for the actual roof of the buildings, guys. I wanted, or the building, I want to see how it looks like, but I don't know if it's gonna be too much like the color. So if we place it right here, it might actually blend in a little bit to the grass, to like surroundings, since it is like a greenish color. It's a cool color, but the thing is that the greens over here, it's a warm green, not a cold green. um and I don't know if that's gonna stand out too much. So I was thinking of using wood, some sort of wood, because acacia I think is gonna be too much. I'm even thinking of changing the bottom floor into maybe spruce or dark oak, just because it stands out too much to me. It doesn't really make sense. It kind of looks like a giant cake. So I'm planning on changing that, and I might make the roof the same. I might make it spruce. I think I'm leaning more toward spruce, which is like an earthy color, and I think it'd look a little bit better. So it's more of aesthetics for the different floors than it is for what we're gonna use it. But I think it's okay, guys. Like I don't know. I don't know if it's too big. That's a problem. And then for this type of building, you kind of need a few stories at least. You could add two, but I wanted the effect of like more than one, right? More than two. So I have 3 stories, and then that's gonna be like the top. It's gonna be decorated actually pretty cool. So once I add the roof, it's gonna add a lot more detail, and then we could work on more details on the actual building and then on the inside. But I think it's size wise, just looking over here, looking at the hill, looking at that, looking at everything, the waterfall. I don't know if it's too big. That's the issue. But once I add the trees, it might look a little bit better. So it might just stand out a lot right now, just because it's just there, you know? It's all plain, and then you just have something sticking out so much. But once I add trees everywhere, for example, here, over there, it might just stand out a little bit more better than it is right now. So that's something that I'm gonna work on right now, guys. I would honestly record myself using the replay mod, but like I mentioned before, I don't have it right now installed. So I'm probably just gonna work on it and give you guys an update on what I've done, and then I'll probably just work. Nope. Okay. I'll probably just work on these hills a little bit as well, on the details on this. Probably using vines and different stuff, cobble mossy stone and stuff like that, guys. So I'm gonna do probably a giant like update for you guys. So I'm sorry, but it's kind of like something that I kind of have to do, right? And as you guys can tell, guys, I was able to actually get the replay mod before I built it. So after, I think like a couple days after I recorded that clip, they updated it, and yeah, I was able to get it, which is really, really cool. I thought it was gonna take a little bit longer, but no, they were right on it. And yeah, so I did a little bit extra, guys. I did a little bit more of the terraforming, a little bit more of the details by adding bushes and just dead bushes as well. I added some vines. They haven't fully grown, so I still need to mess with them. I have a bunch of string. I've been messing with the bamboo, the size of the bamboo, so I'm gonna do the same thing with the vines. But yeah, guys, it's actually really cool. So I added some wool just for some detail, some coarse dirt, and then we got our path dirt. And yeah, it's actually looking really cool. And then just for lighting, I decided to add lanterns on just the a fence right here, a wooden fence, and I think it just looks really, really cool, guys. I'm actually, yeah, it looks a little bit cool. I feel like there should be a little bit more, something else that I could do, but to be honest, I haven't fully found what it is I could do. And oh, there's some flowers. I don't like flowers. Let me just, can I not toss them? Just toss those out of the way. Cool. I really like these little trees. It's something that I'm gonna do from now on. I think this is the first time I ever do that, so I think it's something that I'm gonna do from now on. And then right here for the feature, I didn't know what to do, guys, because I didn't have enough space like for a lot of stuff. So I decided to add a little bell kind of like looking thing, right? I think it just makes sense a little bit. So yeah, so as we walk by, guys, I also added a little bit more detail or texture, more like it, to the actual building just by adding some of this concrete powder is what the word that I'm looking for. But I just think it looks really, really cool. So everything should be lighted enough. Is that the word? Lighted? Lighted enough where nothing's gonna spawn here, like at least not close to the actual building. I imagine there's some areas like over here that they could spawn, but I just don't want nothing spawning literally when I'm in here, right? So everything looks really, really cool. Like I mentioned before, I was gonna work on the little pool right there. I'm actually gonna add some fish. It's something that I forgot about till right now. And then I added these dead bushes, guys, which, yeah, so I went mining for them and actually took quite a while getting them, but yeah, some sugar cane, everything looks just really, really cool, other than adding some fish right there. And wow, this actually took a long time to make, but I'm really proud of it. The trees as well, I think they came out okay. Actually went into a creative mode, guys, trying to figure out how to do them, and then I ended up finding a way. And as we go inside, like I mentioned before, we're not gonna be able to use the second floor unless we actually fly up there or use like an ender pearl. So there's actually nothing up there that we could actually use, but we do have our heads already in here, guys. So let me just actually walk in here the way I normally would, right? It actually looks really cool. I think it's getting darker. So as we come in here, guys, we have the actual passive mobs. So if we look inside of the barrel, you guys can see I only have 2, 4, 5 of them. I do have the cow head up here, but yeah, I decided to actually use it as yeah, decoration on what it is. So I need to get another one of those. So these are the ones that we have so far, and then on top I have all the extra ones. So as you guys can see, we have a white sheep head over here, and as well as over there. Over here on the side, so the barrels at the top are gonna be the extras, and then the bottom ones are gonna be the ones that we're collecting. And then if we ever need more space, we could always use the one on top, right? So then down here for the villagers, I got only the unemployed villagers head, and then a bunch of zombies ones. So actually there should be more, right? I guess I have more than I haven't added, because I got a bunch of unemployed villagers set from the farm that we're using. So then we have like the other mobs that are not, you know, they're not undead mobs, but they're not friendly mobs. So we got the invoker set, we got the vindicator set, the pillager set, and as well as the wandering trader set. And then in the top we have all the extra ones. So then back here we have the actual hostile mobs, I guess is the word that I'm looking for. So we got, for example, the enderman head, cave spider head, drowned head, Phantom's head, and Shulker's head, which I recently got. I went into the end, guys, to get a bunch of Shulkers just because nobody was selling them, and I needed a few more since we are selling glass now in our shop. And yeah, I went over there and I got a few heads. So here we have all the extra ones, and then for the nether mobs, we have the zombie piglin's head, the piglin brute's head, which is didn't know that I had the hoglin head and the piglin head. So then we have all the extra ones up here, and then on this side we have all like the player heads that I'm gonna end up getting in the future. So for example, we have my head and we have Nebula 1's head that I haven't seen play and I don't know how long. I don't think he plays anymore. And then right here on the sides we're gonna have the mini blocks. So for example, we already have this one right here, and then on this side we got the Pokeball guys. So this is a custom head, so this is where we're gonna have like custom ones. I didn't want to place it on top, just actually I can, because I went to Spangable, I think she's the one that's selling these. And yeah, we're gonna place all the custom ones just to have a little collection, and then we're gonna have the mini blocks and the rest of these. So it's actually gonna be really cool. Or actually, instead of having them together like that, I think this one I'm gonna add it over here. So I just want to make it, place it in the opposite side, and then that way we actually have the mini blocks on this side, and if we ever need them on this side, I guess we could always place another barrel, right? So overall, guys, I really like this. It's gonna be a really cool building, something that we're gonna try to do on most what was that, on most of the actual episodes. So it's something that I'm really looking forward to, because it's something that I always wanted to do, but I just never really amplified into it. So into like my season or to my journey or to whatever that I'm doing. Something that I ended up changing as well was some of the features from the texture pack that I added, vanilla tweak. So one thing was the glass. I was having trouble finding the glass. For example, that up there, you weren't able to really see it, so I was having some trouble, so I decided to change that and get it back. But other than that, I think it looks really cool, guys. It looks just amazing. Let me actually start recording, that way I could use the replay mod to actually show you guys a little bit better. But I just think it looks amazing, and it took me a while. Like I mentioned before, I'm still working a little bit on the vines down here, but it's something that I'm waiting for them to grow a little bit. And actually, I'm kind of liking the way they look like this, where they're not all the way at the bottom. So I decided to add some in the bottom and then some on the actual ledges. That way you get a little bit more dimension to it, and they're not all just on the top over here. So I think I'm gonna do that, where they're not all the way at the bottom. I'm just gonna make them like probably a few blocks long, and then just cut them off there with string. But overall, guys, I think it just came out amazing. I really like the lanterns, having them in each of the corners. One, it lights up the area, right? So it adds a little bit more of the atmosphere, and then and then another one is just kind of like stands out from anywhere you go, right? Especially during the dark. That's kind of like the thing you're gonna see. So just having this little mountain right here, guys, you guys got an idea of what I'm going for the rest of the hills. So it looks really cool, the details and everything. I know it's gonna be a lot of work, because I spent a lot of hours on this, guys. On the replay mod, you guys only saw a little bit, right? But all the details by adding the bushes, the trees, the leaves, every little thing, even adding the wool, you know, on the ground, like the dark green wool and stuff like that, the coarse dirt, everything took so long. It took a long time to do everything. It's just something that you got to go step by step. The same thing with adding all the texture on the actual stone of the hill. That actually took a while. Actually went and I did some of the ones from the other hills, and that took me like an hour just to do like one of them, right? So it's something that's gonna take me a while, but I'll be doing that off camera, just as something that's yeah, when I get off work, that's gonna be what I'm working on. So now, guys, I think from now on we're gonna end up working on another of the islands right here, or another of the hills, just so we can get it working and just started. I don't know, I don't think I'm gonna add a building or anything like that. Like to be honest, I don't have a clue what I'm gonna be working on, but for now I think that's gonna be it for this episode, guys. So don't forget to leave a like, guys, and subscribe for more videos, and I guess I'll just catch you guys on the next one. Team Rocket Plays